This is Tom at Ecology Property. Just taking a video to show the proximity, the amount of noise or lack thereof around the property at 48 Stewart Street in Mount Lofty that we're selling. That's a bit of a look of the property there. Actually, I might just go for a walk over to the front just to show the bit of view that we've got. Just want to give some context and a bit of information to anyone that's keen to know or interested. I've just parked my car there on the side of the road. Just want to show a bit more about the dog park, as it's called. Well, specifically, it's called Dr. Alex Horne Park. It's been evident that in terms of dog parks, there can be a big, varied type and layout and demographic, size, style of dog parks that can exist in a lot of different locations. But as a lot of locals would agree, and a lot of people that are aware of this park, Dr. Alex Horne Park is quite a bit different to some of the smaller fenced sort of parks. I've been thinking about it a lot lately as I've been speaking to people. I've also enjoyed this park myself with my family and our little cavoodle and our 3 kids. We've also sold a couple of houses not far from this property at number 28 and 30, where not the dog park specifically, I think it was as well an attraction, but one attraction was actually what I'm walking up to now, and I'll start with, which is the agricultural education fields of Downlands College private school, which is here. The private school Downlands fronts onto Ruthven Street, a far way away on the other side of go down Kate Street off Stewart, and it's down the bottom there. But I'll just give you a little bit of a look and a listen. Try not to talk too much more, other than pointing important things out. And yeah, this will give you a bit of an idea. At the moment, the cows are on this side of the field, but it is quite a large field, or fields, with some growing grounds. I'm not a farmer myself, but there's some areas for crops as well, some fields there on the far northern end. We're looking north at the moment, as you can see with the sun. Some clouds are starting to come around, but it was a beautiful day without a cloud in the sky before. It's just getting a little bit windy. The point to make about the cows is that, as my 3 children would agree, try to get them in focus, as my children would agree, I often drive past trying to find them as a bit of a spectacle, very affectionately, and have them talk to them. But annoyingly to my kids, they're not always up on this back boundary. They are sometimes, but not always. So there you have it. Have a listen. Obviously it'll vary throughout the day, but that's the sort of noise they're producing right at the moment. And yeah, to the houses over on this end, it's an attraction to a lot of people, and we've seen it with those 2 particular homes we've sold, to have a manageable land size that you own and have rolling hills with a country feel in front of those. A little bit less, what would you say, furry is the grass on this end, which is Dr. Alex Horne Park. Huge council-owned piece of land. I'd have to be interested to actually map or find out through some research what size the land is. I'm sure it's available pretty easily. But just as I walk back to 48 Stewart Street and my car out the front, I should have parked in the car park, but most people do. I guess talking about the car park for this park, you'll see the property there, and I'll walk to that car park just so you get an idea of the proximity. As I do, I'll look sideways, looking west here at the location of where that beautiful sunset will go down over those beautiful hills. It's winter time at the moment, so you can see these deciduous trees dropping some leaves. They've just been, only a couple of weeks ago, they've been displaying some really nice colours. And I'll just go up to this car park here. Got some people on a park bench with a little guy, little kid there. So you got a bit of information on the park itself. You can see there. Anyway, we're looking at the main things, the noise and the lack of noise, or the peace. I've said to a few people that there's actually some groups that meet here, like they call themselves the Parkies of Horn Park, which I'll actually show you. And the second point I was just about to mention, here's the banner for a meditation and functional breath group. So very evidently, it's not your average dog park. Now I'll just walk in, I'll give these people some privacy and not freak them out by putting a camera on them. I'll just walk in. You can see as I'm here, I'll probably walk a couple of 100 metres in, you get to realise the scale of it. Obviously there's nothing like being here, but I guess if you were, you'd probably, and if you were on a weekend, probably where it's at its busiest. I'm here on a Thursday at 2 o'clock. This park would get a bit busier on weekends, obviously, as I've seen. I've been here with our little dog. Most people go for a walk. They don't just, it's not really like just a fenced acre. It's much bigger than that. And so the non-fenced aspect doesn't pose a detriment, or it's less risk, I guess. Anything's possible, but it's a long way away from that road that most people will take their dogs before letting them run and catch balls, which is pretty much the standard activity. And trying to think of the best aspect to view this in. This is a bit of a wide angle. You can sort of capture, this is probably, I would say, where I'm standing now, is the main spot where people go to. It's not too far away from their cars. It's not too far in. It's not too far down the hill, because it is a bit of a hill down here. And as you can see, I'll zoom in down there. It's kind of your standard activity. All the way down there. People just throwing balls, dogs running around. Birds chirping, people up on hills, reading books. It's a huge area. I'd love to know and I will find out the land size. And obviously on this northern boundary, you've got those cows still. They're over there. As they say, it's a bit of a vibe. And it goes, like, I'm looking off into the distance, it's going all the way up and over. You've got people which I would probably say are 500 to 800 metres away from me, up there on the hill, throwing a ball to a dog, 2 hills away. And those streets come off the lower streets of Harlexton, which is the bordering suburb. There we've got someone down there having a bit of a picnic with the dog. So yeah, and as it kind of cascades down from Stewart Street, as you can see my car up there now in the distance and the house in question, it's very much ideally, what would you say? It's got the ideal gradient for the benefit of that house. People don't congregate at the top. If anything, they kind of mosey downhill and then play with the dogs and then get back in their cars after the big walk up the hill. Yeah, some good groups of trees. And as I've spoken to a lot of people about as well, kind of connected with this park, there's some Mount Lofty groups that are generally for the environment around this area. It's the Save Mount Lofty, I think it's called Save Mount Lofty Facebook group. They're into koala preservation or conservation. And the reason I think of those is that group is the big clump of trees there, and there's quite a few around. So I'll walk back up to my car and up to 48 Stewart Street. Hopefully this gives you some idea. It's a little bit windy at the moment. What I'll do lastly, I guess, and most practically, I'll just get back to my car as quick as I can without panting. I shouldn't pant too much because I do some mountain bike riding around this area, which is a relative point because it's not far from the mountain bike trails and walking trails of Jubilee Park, and mind you, bridle trails for horses. But as I try to refrain from panting, walk back to my car quickly, what I'm going to try to do is just give you a couple of maybe 30 seconds just standing at that front gate, taking in a bit of sound, albeit the wind's picked up a bit. I should have done it earlier when I was showing some people the house. So here's us, front gate. There you have it. Hopefully that gives you some idea of Dr. Horn Park at 2 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon.